What's up, guys? Welcome back to yet another video. Thank you so much for clicking. In case you're new on this channel, you're most welcome, and if you're my returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. So guys, today we have a sit down video. So I still have my friend over here, No Limits Eddie. You guys have seen him on the previous video, and I'm going to be asking him the culture shocks that he has seen in Uganda as an American. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So what, should we just start off with culture shocks, or
maybe you can introduce yourself.
Okay.
Now, this is a new vlog.
all right, what's going on, guys? My name is No Limit Eddie. I'm a 24-year-old American who travels around the world. Right now I'm here in the country of Uganda. So yeah, I have a fair amount of experience in different countries, so we'll see what's different about Uganda compared to everywhere else.
Yeah, kindly check him out, and he's apparently in Uganda to do videos. He has met amazing people I know, and I'm one of them.
For sure.
Yeah, and I'm so happy that he's in Uganda all the way, like I don't know even how many miles to Africa to Uganda, and I'm so glad that he's in Uganda. I want to ask him about his experiences as an American in Uganda. Maybe you can share with us your culture shocks as an American in Uganda.
Okay, for sure. So I mean, now I've been living outside of the US for 3 years, so a lot of stuff is going to be not as shocking that I'm in Uganda, because I lived in Tanzania too. So a lot of stuff from Tanzania is similar to Uganda. Okay. But as far as the shocks, for sure, like the wildlife
now
is a
that
lot
in
more.
Uganda,
Yeah, the wildlife is a lot more here than anywhere else.
Okay.
Monkeys in my yard. I'm seeing toads and frogs jumping around. What else have I seen since I've been here? A lot more cows, goats, chickens.
Okay.
They're just everywhere. You know what I mean? In Uganda. Yeah. So that's one of the first culture shocks. It's like you wake up.
You wake up to cows shouting at you, to
cows
goats
shouting.
screaming.
Exactly. Monkeys on my front window. You know what I mean? So
you have monkeys at your front window?
Yeah. I'll send you a clip so you can put it in a video.
Oh, wow.
It's just like, wow, okay. A whole family of monkeys too.
Okay.
So that's definitely one big shock, is the wildlife aspect of things.
And the people?
As far as the people? Oh, to me, Ugandans are the most honest people that I've come across. I've been to 6 different countries. Ugandans are the most honest. You know, usually when they hear your American accent in different countries, they're like, oh, I'm going to tax this guy. I'm going to get as much American dollars from him as I can. Ugandans have not done that at all since I've been here. So that's been nice. That's been a breath of fresh air for me. Because some countries you go to, and it's like, it's a fight every day you go outside, because you know, oh, they're going to try to overcharge me. Oh, they're going to try to scam me. Oh, they're going to try to do this. In Uganda, it hasn't been that case. So that's been nice.
So in Uganda, it's different, that people here are free. And how about content creation? Like, how have you found it?
Okay,
like shooting?
Yeah. So content creation has been good. Content creation has been very good here. For example, I'll compare it to Tanzania because it's similar. Tanzania, like, I almost got arrested multiple times just trying to film a regular video at the mall of myself. You know what I mean? Security guards coming out, take me to a back office. You need permission, you need this, you need that. You know, it was a hassle. So far in Uganda, though, I filmed anywhere I wanted to. Nobody has harassed me. Nobody has stopped me. The police have never bothered me, actually, since being here.
As long as you don't tamper with the government premises, I feel like that's okay. You can film anywhere.
But that's anywhere in the world. Like, you can't just go film in government buildings. You know what I mean? That's common sense.
Yeah.
But you know, some places you just try to film them all, and they're, you know, trying to harass you or different things. So.
But me, I feel like it's different, because when I went to some other countries, I found like I was more free in those countries to shoot content than in Uganda, because I feel like, I don't know, is it because you're a foreigner? I don't know. Do they take you that way? Do they hear you speaking? I don't understand.
No, I think because
for us, we find it hard. We find it hard here.
That's why. You film too many times. So it's like you can do something once and not get burned. But if you film again and again, one time you're going to get in some trouble.
No, I feel like in Uganda, like, they're kind of, even those Ugandans who are watching me, I feel like content creators in Uganda, they haven't, like, people in Uganda haven't gotten to know about content creators like so well, that we do exist.
Yeah.
It is us who make them. Like, even sometimes when you move out, they tell you, are you a news reporter? Sometimes they ask if you're a news reporter, and sometimes you be like, yes, and yet we are not, because news reporters, they're allowed to go and shoot everywhere. So for you to come out and tell me people haven't been disturbing you on the streets, I feel like now they're getting more used to the cameras.
I think so. I think it's that.
That's amazing.
I don't film that much. I think that's another thing.
Yeah.
And then number 3 is just confidence. Sometimes if you don't look confident, you're going to get disturbed.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you look like, I'm supposed to be here, I'm supposed to be filming, this is what I do,
a
lot of times they won't bother you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they believe, oh, this guy knows what he's doing. He looks like it. You know what I mean? So, and of course I do have the tourist card. Oh, I'm a tourist. I'm a tourist. You know, I can say that, and people will kind of leave you alone. But overall, Ugandans as a whole don't really trip about the camera all that much. So this is like, I would say Thailand is number one. If you want to film, Thailand does not care about anything at all. So Thailand was number one.
Maybe even Jamaica. I feel like even Jamaica, they're free.
I don't know. I don't know if you can be free in Jamaica because the civilians may not like that. You know what I mean? The civilians may not like that because there's a lot more crime there, you know? So you might be filming a drug deal. You never know. So you may have to be careful with Jamaica. But yeah, I think Uganda is like top 3 countries to film in where it's relatively easy.
Wow. So how about the food? How about the food in Uganda?
Oh man, food in Uganda has been amazing. So I'm someone who will eat the street food. I eat the local food. So I've been eating the Rolexes. You gotta have a Rolex when you come here. Chico Mando, you gotta have that. Chapati
Guys,
and beans.
If you don't know what Chico Mando is chapati and
chapati
beans.
and beans cut
So
up
you
in a bag.
enjoy that?
Yeah, I enjoy that.
Wow.
So Chico Mando, what else have I been eating? The fries in a bag. I'm not sure if that has a name.
Chips.
You guys call them chips? Yeah. So I've been eating that. Ganja. I think, or how do you call it?
Gonja is plantain.
Plantains, exactly. So
what about the matoke?
Yeah, matoke, I'm eating a lot of that as well. Fried matoke, I've had the mashed matoke, matoke and G-nuts. I've had it all, you know.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I don't eat meat, so you guys should know that.
Don't eat meat?
I don't eat meat, no. So even if you are like a vegetarian or a vegan or whatever, you can find a lot of foods here that are good. They do a lot of beans. They have a lot of fresh vegetables. A lot of options. Most of the foods
that we have here in Uganda are always fresh. Like there's a market called Nakasero. That market you always find fresh fruits and fresh food. I think you have visited Nakasero. Have you?
I don't think I have. I went to Owino.
Yeah, I think you should visit Nakasero as well. Of recent, I was there doing a video and trying to show people the cost of living in Uganda. But they sell fresh foods. Like in Nakasero, they sell fresh fruits. Everything they sell there comes straight from the garden to the market. Everything is fresh, and foods in Uganda are so nutritious. I think I saw that when I went to Kenya. I was missing our Ugandan dish. I had even to look for a Ugandan restaurant in Kenya so that I can go and eat the food, you know. That's how nutritious the food is in Uganda. And I'm glad you're enjoying the country, enjoying Uganda. I feel like even you don't want to leave the country now.
No, I really enjoy it. Because where I live in Egypt. So it's a desert. So it doesn't have as much fresh fruits, as much fresh vegetables and things like that as you can find, you know, down this side.
So the food here doing you well.
Very well, yeah. I probably gained weight since being down here, just eating. So.
Oh wow, that's nice. So you weren't like this from the time you came to Uganda?
Probably not. I don't know. You know, probably not. You know, I probably gained at least 5 pounds, 6 pounds. Even though I'm skinny. You know, I've been eating a lot of foods here for sure.
Wow, that's amazing. What about the internet? How is the internet here in Uganda?
Oh yeah. Okay, so when it comes to internet, I'm a big believer in landline. You need to have a landline data. I don't have landline while I'm here, so I'm having to use mostly this Airtel and just keep buying it on my phone. And I love watching YouTube, so I'll run through data. So I find internet here to be more expensive because you got to keep buying it little by little. Normally, if I buy a package, I buy the 12 gigs for like 30,000, and I'm buying at least one a week. So you know, it begins to add up, you know, after time. So. But it is fast. The internet is very fast. Yeah, it's very fast.
Is it cheap compared to you?
No, it's not cheap.
It's not cheap.
It's actually more expensive than it was in America for me, actually. Getting internet here. But because I use a lot of it. Yeah.
Wow.
And whoever's watching this, if this is an Airtel representative, MTN, you need to create unlimited internet. Stop with this skinchy, little by little. I wanted us to be able to pay a set fee and have unlimited for the month. That needs to be created ASAP. So, Wow.
Okay, and then when it comes to the network, how is it? How is the network?
Network is good. Network is very good. It's very fast. It's very reliable. It's usually on, you know, for the most part. And I have Airtel, so yeah, I find it good.
And then when it comes to the infrastructures, how are the infrastructures in Uganda?
Infrastructure.
Because I saw a video of you trying to talk about the infrastructures in Uganda, and I was like, okay, when I meet Noli, meet Eddie, we have to talk about this.
Okay. All right. So growing up in America, this is definitely an American thing. You don't even know what infrastructure is. It's just everything works. The roads work, the water works, the power works. You just used to it. If there's a power outage in America for more than 30 minutes, people are getting upset, right? it wasn't until I came outside of America that I realized, oh my goodness, I had infrastructure, right? So you learn that afterwards. So, you know.
So after traveling, that's when you realized.
That's when I realized, okay, the world is not like America. So, you know, the roads here are kind of crazy, a lot of potholes. In America, we usually have stoplights. They don't really have them here. You just have speed bumps. You know what I mean? To stop you. Speed bumps are normally in parking lots in the States. You guys in Africa, whether it's in Egypt, whether it's here, whether it's in Tanzania, speed bumps is how you control, I guess, the speed. You know, usually we have traffic lights. You know, four-way intersections are not very common. It's at the max, it's a T. So like a one lane going this way, one lane coming this way. You know, you just gotta make your turn when you make your turn. The buildings here are nice. I would say they're nice.
The buildings are nice.
Yeah, the buildings are nice.
Do you think they are taller than compared to the ones of America?
No.
Also in America, do you do more of flats or you do more of bungalows?
Okay, it's mixed.
Mixed,
so,
just like here? Okay.
So you have like the CBD,
yes,
the Central Business District. So we have downtowns, and that's where all the tall buildings are, right?
Oh, so that you're in your downtown, you have a lot of tall buildings.
All tall buildings,
which is, even here, I feel like even the CBD, we have more of the tall buildings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, then you normally have neighborhoods. So this is what America does, I would say, well, is they have what they call like the suburbs or subdivisions. So in the suburbs, like, it's just perfectly organized. So if you look at the camera, if you were to turn the camera, it's just like a house here, house here, house here. No, in America, it's like house, like evenly spaced, perfectly
there's no
spaced.
Space.
Yes.
There's no space.
No, you have space depending on the subdivision you go to. Like you may have a whole acre to yourself, but it's perfectly like lined up. So it just makes things work easier. In America, you know, if I go on this street and make a left, where you gonna end up?
Okay.
Here it's not like that.
Okay.
A street may just randomly end, or it might randomly begin, or you might think, oh, if I turn here, no, it's not like that. So America's like perfectly blocked out, you know, and that's one thing that I like about America versus, you know, here.
Uganda.
Yeah, it's all of Africa. Just it's not as perfectly organized as it is in the States.
So you think that the buildings here are not so bad?
No, the buildings are nice.
Maybe the roads.
Yeah, the quality is nice of the buildings. The roads are not that good. Power outages are more often. You don't get consistent water pressure. You know, sometimes the hot water heater don't last as long. Like really in America, you have a hot water heater, but you don't have to like turn it on or turn it off. So you just flip the switch and it's hot water. Here, you always gotta, you know, warm it up, you know, heat it up. Some people don't even have hot water. You know what I mean? Depends. So when you came to Uganda, you expected to shower hot water? No, I didn't expect that because I lived in Tanzania, because I lived in Egypt, because I lived in these places. I'm used to the water heater now. You know, but before coming to, you know, Africa, it was just like water is hot when you want it to be hot. Water is cold when you want it to be cold. Yes. You know what I mean? The water is always there. It's never like, oh, we may be out of water for 3 days. No, it was just constant utilities, you know.
So how is the electricity?
Electric goes in and out. You know what I mean? It goes in and out more often than Egypt. Egypt might be the most stable country in Africa, I would say, from my experience. When it comes to gas, gas is something that's new here too. So in the States, you have gas that comes to the wall. You know, here you have the propane tank that you connect to the oven and it flows out like that too. Yeah. So that's different as well. Every country that I've been to, they usually have propane tanks. You know what I mean? So when you came to Uganda, were you threatened by, because most of the time people tell me the reason why they don't want to come to Uganda is because we have a lot of security guys with guns. Do you also feel threatened? No, not when you see the security guys with guns. No, now I'm used to it. But if you're the first time coming from the West, like a lot of your viewers, you're gonna be like, why do they have these big guns out, and why are they like looking so mean and things like that? And they're like in military uniforms. Here, the police and the military is like so close. And so that's how it is in Egypt. That's how it is in Tanzania. That's how it is here. In America, we're used to them more so having it covered. They don't walk around with the big guns. They just have a pistol. So it is different.
So in America, it's with a pistol, but here it is with a big gun.
Rifle, exactly.
Now for us here, if they see with a pistol, it's illegal.
Really?
If they see with a pistol, you have to be someone in the government, someone big. With a pistol, it's illegal here. They ask, where have you gotten it? Yeah, it's illegal here to have a pistol, which is okay in America, right?
Yeah, very okay in America. It's almost expected. in America.
Okay.
You know, yeah, almost. The minute you turn 18, you probably already have a gun.
Okay.
Or maybe multiple in the States. Here, I don't think. Can you own guns as a civilian?
No, you cannot own a gun as a civilian.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it okay in America to
very
own a
okay.
gun?
Very okay. Like you're expected to own one almost. Like,
Wow.
you know. So, I was like taken aback when I first saw the guns and stuff like that when I first came to Africa, but now it's just common practice.
You're used to it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the women, there's a stuff online. Oh, these women are very submissive. You know, I think they're known for kneeling. They're gonna kneel. You know.
How do you find that? How do you
Yeah.
find a lady kneeling for you?
Okay, so that doesn't really just happen. They're not going to just come to you and like, hello, master, and kneel. Like, you know, so don't be expecting all that type of stuff. They're going to cook. They're going to do all these things. They do cook. They do clean. They are a lot more chill, submissive, if you want to say that word, as a whole. Women here. Women in Africa, period. You know what I mean? It's very common to find women wearing dresses. You know, they still carry purses, which a lot of times in the West, you don't see that often. So that a lot of that stuff is true. I happen to already have people that I was dating before coming, so I didn't have to do too much rizzing on the streets. But I feel like even on the streets, the women are going to be nice. I don't think a Ugandan woman will like shoot you down in a hard way. They're going to kind of be like,
No.
like let's say you don't want to give me your number. I don't think you're going to be like, get the F out of here. You might just be like,
Yeah, no, you just have to
yeah, they're gonna they're gonna be more kind about
You'll be
it.
more kind. Actually, I can
Yeah.
even smile to you and I'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you my number.
Exactly.
I'm not going to shout at you. I'm just going to say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you my number. So,
So some men are afraid to approach women because of the rejection they may, you know, receive.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
so you feel like it's different when it
Yeah, I feel
comes
like
to
it's
Ugandan
different. Yeah, I feel
women.
like it's different.
Have you found someone who was nailed for you?
Yeah. My girlfriend has kneel for me, but she didn't just offer it. I was like, I want to do the kneeling. Like, let me do it for me, you know. And she did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
just so I can get the full experience of a Ugandan woman. So yeah. But I don't think do you guys just kneel?
Yeah, we
Or-
need like okay when you grow up in a home, in a Ugandan home,
Yeah.
and your parents have to groom you because they always tell us when it comes to elders, you're not supposed to stand for an elder and then give things to an elder. You're supposed to kneel. That's a sign of respect. Like it's a sign of respect. When it comes to your husband, you're supposed to kneel for your husband, even though your husband has annoyed you like how. You have to kneel for them. That's a sign of respect.
Yeah.
So for us, like it's normal when you see a lady kneeling, but to other cultures they'd be like, wow. Like even when I went to Kenya, people are telling me, can you please do that again? Like me, I was like, come on, this is normal.
It's like a spectacle to see. Like, whoa, what is this? You know.
So you got shocked, like that one really
yeah.
shocked you. Like a lot of people get shocked when they see ladies kneeling for them. And,
Right, and that is true. So like when my girlfriend first cooked for me, like she made me to sit at the table, and then she went and sat somewhere else. So that was a culture shock too. She was like, no, the man sits at the table.
Yeah, the men sit at the table. The men are supposed to sit up, and then the lady is supposed to sit down.
Yeah.
That's
So that
the
was weird at
culture.
first. I'm like, why are you sitting on the floor? What's going on here? You know. So that was a culture shock that I haven't experienced in another country.
Oh
so,
wow.
Yeah.
That's nice. Is there any other culture shock?
common.
The means of transport.
Yeah. So the bodas and stuff this is my first time taking a boda. Because they don't really have bajajis as they did in Tanzania. So I had to take a boda. That was a culture shock. I was scared out of my life. Like when I was on a boda for the first time, I was super nervous, and it was at night.
Okay.
So the way people drive here is kind of crazy, you know. So be expecting that if you take a boda. But overall, Uganda's a nice country. You know, Uganda's a nice country. You may have some 1-2 culture shocks. Oh, the switches.
What are the switches?
So for like the light switches here, they're outside of the room. They're not inside the room.
Yes.
So that was a culture shock. You know, I'm in the bathroom. It's dark. I can't even find a switch. It's on the outside of the door, or outside the bathroom for electricity sockets. Same thing. You got to switch it on before you use it.
Yeah.
That's different. You know, the electric switches.
Oh.
And the cost of living. The cost of living was a culture shock.
the cost of living.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a culture shock.
Because I was expecting it to maybe be more expensive here, but it was actually a lot cheaper. It seems like Uganda makes a lot of food products themselves. You know what I mean? A lot of countries you go to, let's say a Carrefour or a place like that, and the imported goods are very, very expensive. Here, it was not expensive. It was almost the same price like a local food.
Okay.
So that was a culture shock for me as well. You know, the amount of the amount of stuff you can buy with the amount of money. So yeah.
So you think if a tourist comes in Uganda, they're going to live a cheap life? Uganda is cheap compared to other countries, right?
Yeah, for sure. Compared to even their neighbors of Tanzania, it's cheaper, in my opinion.
So someone can survive very well here in Uganda.
Yeah, very well. So I did the calculations the other day. I've been here for almost 2 months, and I've only withdrawn like $700, $755.
Wow.
So if over 2 months, not even $400 a month. You know what I mean, of spending, and that's me and other people that I'm spending money for. So it's not very expensive, you know.
Oh wow, that's incredible.
Yeah,
so did it like shock you when you came to Uganda? What did you expect?
What did I expect? I feel like I got what I expected. I expected, you know, to experience a little bit less infrastructure, you know, which I experienced. I expected to really what shocked me the most was the honesty, because I was expecting to get scammed. You know,
Ugandans are so honest.
Yeah. I was expecting to get scammed. I was expecting to get overcharged, but none of that has happened. So you guys are being raised well. Shout out to the Ugandan parents and grandparents. Yeah, for sure.
Oh wow, so you expected to be scammed? Like, because most time when I see vlogs, always YouTubers say I was scammed. I'm like, wait a minute, like there are scammers?
Yeah, I expected to be scammed, but I haven't. So if you are in the diaspora, like UK, US, I would almost say come here first. You know what I mean? Because this will give you the African experience, being around, you know, black people, all this type of stuff. But you'll get a good experience. You're not going to get the negative sides.
Yeah.
Because even still, I talked about the infrastructure not being the best, but it's still better than a lot of other countries.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like if the power is out, it's not going to be out for days and days at a time.
Yeah.
If the water is out, it won't be out for days and days at a time.
Yeah.
So.
If water goes off, at least you make sure in the evening or tomorrow it's going to be on.
Yeah.
Electricity, the same thing. It can go like some few minutes and it's back.
Right.
It's not so bad here in Uganda. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so
thank you so much.
For sure.
Is there any other culture shock?
I think that's it. That's it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Uganda has been good to me. Uganda has been good.
Wow. Okay, that's amazing. I'm glad that you love Uganda. I'm glad that you love Africa, and you're still welcome to the Pearl of Africa once again.
I will be
when
back.
you go, please come back to Uganda and bring
Uganda.
more of your friends to Uganda.
For sure.
Yeah, that's true. So any message that people watching from the diaspora?
Man, a message is just like, yo, come and experience, you know what I mean, Uganda. Come and experience Africa. You know what I mean? I think it's worth the time, you know. Come and spend at least 2 weeks, you know what I mean, in some African country. You will not regret it. Sure.
Wow, that's amazing. All right, guys, that was No Limit Eddie speaking, and thank you so much for honoring my invite on my channel. And you guys, if you want to see more of our vlogs or any of our sit downs, kindly drop a comment and let us know in the comment section. And again, don't forget to drop a sweet comment on our channel so that you can encourage us to work more and more. That's the reason why we tell you to drop comments, that you can motivate us to bring more exclusive content for you. And again, Team Harriet, you know how we do it. Go and support No Limit Eddie and tell him Harriet Anabo has sent me here. That would be amazing. Okay. All right, guys, that is it for today. We shall see you in the next one. We love you all.
All right.
Bye bye.